Actually, I've just come back, sat in the car. And just writing up a short outline of events that's just happened. There's a plane going overhead. I'm sat here with a cuppa, and where I'm parked in the lay-by is a bit of a brick wall, and something is moving off to my right, and it's not making any bones about whether I hear it or not. It's I can't see anything, but it's letting me know it's there. Maybe it's just wants to get a closer peek. Just a short explanation for my appearance. I have found from experience that not having a shower or changing certain items of clothing for 24 hours, shall we say, presenting a more natural smell of oneself. So when these things get a good whiff of you, or they can smell you coming, they know exactly who it is. So normally I tend to finish work Friday night, go home and not shower, clean my teeth in the morning, get ready, come out. So I'm smelling a bit more as nature intended. So hopefully, I'm not a grot bag, by the way, but certainly so they can smell, show my natural smell. And I do repeat a mantra saying, you know, I'm not here to do anything funny, weird. I come in friendship, all that sort of stuff, and I think that's why I've never had. I would love to have a face-to-face with one of these things. Well, actually, when I did it, I had it back to me. Never turned around, but it would be nice if you know, gonna sit down with these things, because you do tend to sort of pick up a vibe or something in the air, whether you call it sixth sense, intuition, gut feeling. There is something, they do let you know whether you're welcome or being tolerated or accepted, or sometimes on 2 occasions just get the F out of the woods, which happened on 2 occasions when I think one of them was actually in full hunting mode. I was absolutely pooing my pants. I just quit for the day. That was it, you know. But 9 out of 10. There's always a certain amount of give and take, toleration. I wouldn't sort of say like best of buddies, BFFs, all that sort of thing. But this is my 3rd time back in this area, probably, as I said, maybe a year. Because as I say, in the beginning, this place did kind of give me the heebie-jeebies. But I just had this feeling that I had to come back, and sure enough, even walking in between the lodges or a series of dens that seem to connect to one another, it does kind of feel nervous, and you don't know what to expect as you're walking in. But as you go, kind of walk into the centre, sometimes you just do feel a bit more relaxed. You know, they're just sort of like, you know, you again, or what does he want? You know, it's hard to explain. By the way, that is not leaves falling in between the trees. After I finish this, I will be making a few short snaps. See if I can hopefully get him or her hiding in the trees. Who knows? But it's... I've seen wild men. I've had about 5 experiences with those guys. They're a lot more standoffish. Not sure why. I'd say it's amazing to see them. It's amazing to hear them, especially when they're crushing the trees, pulling them down, doing God knows what. You know, even when one time, you know, when I was sat about maybe 50, 60 meters from one, it was knelt down across from me, and then I noticed another one stood up, and when I moved to go towards them, they'd gone. But these guys are a bit more, werewolves are a bit more personal. Certainly very inquisitive. And not unless there's another cryptid out in the British woodlands that well, I've certainly never heard or seen anything that would rival them. But there are some big ones in these woods, and I would refer you to episode 222, the Cundiff's Dogman Encounters. The last 10-15 minutes of that episode, there's a local chap encountered one last October, walking along the end of the Warren, going up towards or across the open countryside near the golf course, and he encountered an 8 to 10 foot one in the dead of night. And there's certainly, I would say, the biggest one I've had is again the size of my car. So you get 7, 8 foot ones, 6 foot ones, 5 foot when they're stood upright, even on all fours. When you got something staring back at you that's size of a family 5-door saloon car, yeah, and they move so fast. I mean, blink of an eye fast. You see it and it's gone. But I would say, from my own experiences, not anybody else's, I can't sort of make a judgment call about how they are in other parts of the country. But in my own experiences, I've never been directly confronted with ears back, teeth bared, anything like that. It's always been, I've had a snort, a few growls, even hissed at, but nothing in your face, you know, the end is nigh type scenario. So they're all right. But if you compare them to the South American, North American cousins, I mean, they're just downright psychotic and aggressive. I mean, there are 1 or 2 positive stories for sure, but if you take the ones in Brazil, they don't give a damn. You are fair game. North American ones, there are just absolutely countless stories of intimidation, aggressive behaviour, and you know, even violence indoors. Some not not good advertising, you might say, but certainly the British ones, certainly from my own experiences, and hopefully collectively, the sort of Midlands, the southern ones are pretty, even over towards Suffolk, Norfolk, some dialogue I've had with a couple of farmers. They're sort of passive, very cautious, but the northern ones, where my home village is, up in East Cheshire, they are a bit more in your face, a bit more aggressive. Lots of open terrain, places to hide. So yeah, I would say the northern ones are a bit more aggressive, not in the North American sense or experience, but certainly the northern ones are a bit more in your face, I would say. But they are not scared of you or me. No way. Anyway, hopefully these videos, I made 3, this one's about 12 minutes long, but hopefully they turn all right, and I can send them to someone who can edit them or do a proper job, because I'm not very technically qualified when it comes to uploads or video editing. Chris Turner, he does an amazing job. So we'll see. Anyway, cheers.